And otherwise, it's a lot of people being like, "Meow, meow, 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 meow," and the camera's going, "Choo, choo, choo." Hey everybody, welcome back to First Impressions. My name's Seth Pomeroy. I'm a filmmaker and a professional editor. I just watched Saturday Night, the new Jason Reitman movie about 1970s SNL. You know, it comes off very much like Uncut Gems meets SNL, or Birdman meets SNL. There's a frantic pace throughout the whole movie. That's the energy of the film. That's what they're selling. And that all works just fine. But I do find that everything's going so fast and the camera's flying around the room and sound effects and sound design that there's not a lot of moments where the characters actually talk. And when they do, almost all of them pretty much repeat the same kind of information about themselves over and over again. Chevy Chase is pretty much the only person that gets a real character in the film, and that's just because he has this wonderful conflict, which you know about if you know about SNL, that he immediately was poached as a star from the second that he showed up, so he never really wanted to be part of the ensemble. So that's definitely part of the story. Lorne Michaels and his wife, there's a through line there that she was a comedy writer on the show, and they're sort of like, are we together? Are we not together? Because he's so married to his work. These things are explored, but I don't know if they're explored. They're stated. They're not really explored. And I think that's the problem with the movie. It keeps moving and keeps the story on the hamster wheel. We never pause to really analyze, do I know anything about this character? And I think maybe this is the problem with all Jason Reitman movies, is that he tends to be half in, half out. And I feel like he never truly defines his characters. He never picks a hard ending. This ending is very, very unsatisfying in my opinion. And it's because he doesn't really commit to the drama. He sort of puts the pieces in motion and he does it competently enough that maybe people don't expect him to go any deeper than he does. But I think this goes back to settling for less. Now, I'm not saying he's not a good filmmaker or doesn't have an artistic bone in his body. This may be the best directed film he's ever made. But every time we get a glimpse of the SNL TV show, it's so much more entertaining. It's funnier. It's more creative. When the historical moments overshadow the dialogue he wrote, that's a serious problem. And that only happens when we're playing it safe and when we're not really saying anything. And that is just weak filmmaking. And I hate to say that, but I don't hate the movie, and I love SNL. I grew up with Phil Hartman and John Lovitz and Sandler and Chris Farley. I loved SNL, and I love SNL now, like as an institution, and I love everything Lorne Michaels has put into his work, and I think there's so much there that's like iconic and historical and, you know, one of a kind. He effectively killed the variety show and resurrected the variety show all in one swoop. But you find out that from reading about it in magazines and books and interviews with the guy and people who were on the show, not in this movie. So if you want a fun little romp that's SNL drenched with Uncut Gems vibes, well then, you know, maybe you'll have a good time. But I felt ultimately it was underwhelming. It was underwhelming. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe, comment, follow, and there'll be another one of these real soon. Thanks.